Three women, strangers to each other, cross paths in a small cafe, each carrying silent pain. What happens next proves that kindness, when given quietly, can change lives forever. The cafe was small, hidden between two old buildings on a quiet street. Most people walked past without noticing. It wasn't famous. It didn't have soft music playing all day or expensive decor. The chairs were slightly worn, the tables carried scratches from years of use, and the lights were warm but dim. Yet something about the place felt safe, like it held stories that never asked to be heard. Behind the counter stood Anna, a woman in her early 30s. She wore a simple uniform and tied her hair back every morning the same way. Her smile was gentle, practiced, and slightly tired. Anna had learned how to smile even when life felt heavy. Being a waiter wasn't just her job, it was survival. Every shift mattered. Every tip mattered. Anna had once dreamed of more, but dreams have a way of becoming quiet when bills grow louder. That evening, Anna noticed a young woman sitting alone in the corner of the cafe. The girl looked no older than 22. Her name, though Anna didn't know it yet, was Lily. Lily sat with her shoulders slightly hunched, her hands wrapped tightly around a cup of coffee that had gone cold. Lily had ordered the cheapest meal on the menu. She hadn't touched most of it. Anna recognized that look immediately. It wasn't hunger, it was worry. The kind that sits in your chest and makes it hard to breathe. The kind that comes when you're counting numbers in your head and hoping they somehow change. Anna approached the table. "Is everything okay?" she asked softly. Lily looked up, startled, and nodded too quickly. Yes, everything's fine." But her eyes betrayed her. Anna walked back toward the counter. She knew that look, because she had worn it herself once, many times. The look of someone who wanted to disappear before the bill arrived. Anna wished she could help. She really did. But she barely made enough to cover her own rent. Kindness sometimes felt like a luxury she couldn't afford. The door of the cafe opened again. A woman in her late 50s stepped inside. Her hair was streaked with gray, her coat simple but clean. There was something calm about the way she moved, as if she had learned not to rush life anymore. Her name was Margaret. Margaret paused for a moment, letting her eyes adjust to the light. She chose a table near the window, but didn't sit right away. Instead, she looked around, at the cafe, at Anna behind the counter, and then at Lily sitting alone in the corner. Margaret saw what others didn't. She noticed Lily's untouched food, the way her fingers trembled slightly as she reached for her cup, the way she kept glancing toward the counter, and then away, as if hoping time would slow down. Margaret ordered tea and sat quietly. She didn't stare, she didn't interrupt, she simply observed. Years ago, Margaret had been Lily. She remembered those days clearly, the fear, the shame, the silent prayers that someone, anyone, would understand without being told. When Anna brought the tea, Margaret thanked her and smiled. "You look tired," Margaret said gently. Anna hesitated, then smiled back. "A little. Long day." Margaret nodded. "I remember those." Anna didn't know why, but something about the woman's voice felt comforting. Minutes passed. The cafe remained quiet. Lily's anxiety grew heavier with every tick of the clock. Finally, she stood up and walked toward the counter, her head lowered. I think there's been a mistake," Lily said quietly. "I don't think I have enough." Her voice cracked. Anna felt her chest tighten. She looked at the bill, then at Lily. "It's okay," Anna said, lowering her voice. "We'll figure something out." But before either of them could say more, Margaret stood up. "Please," she said, approaching them, "allow me." Both Anna and Lily turned toward her, surprised. Margaret picked up the bill, glanced at it, and placed her card on the counter. "No explanations," she said calmly. just kindness. Lily's eyes filled with tears instantly. I can't. I don't even know you, she whispered. Margaret smiled. That's why it matters. Anna rang up the payment with shaking hands. She had served hundreds of customers, but this moment felt different. It felt sacred. When the receipt printed, Margaret pushed it aside. She turned to Lily and spoke softly. Life gets heavy, but this isn't the end of your story. Lily broke down, covering her face as tears fell freely. I've been trying so hard, she cried. I didn't want to ask anyone for help. Margaret gently placed a hand over Lily's. You didn't, she replied. You were seen. Anna watched the two women, her own eyes burning. In all her years of serving food, she had rarely seen someone serve humanity so quietly. Margaret prepared to leave. At the door, she turned back toward Anna. Keep smiling, she said. It matters more than you know. After she left, the cafe felt different, lighter. Lily stayed a little longer. Before leaving, she approached Anna. Thank you, she said, for not making me feel small. Anna smiled through tears. Promise me something. What? Someday, Anna said, do this for someone else. Lily nodded. I will, I swear. That night, Anna closed the cafe with a full heart. She walked home under the city lights, thinking about how three strangers had shared one moment, and how that moment might ripple outward in ways they'd never see. Because kindness doesn't end where it's given. It travels, quietly, forever.